hey everyone, hi, how are you? Do you know what today is? Let me think. It's not Monday. Tuesday's gone. Wednesday, today is Friday. Isn't that our favorite day of the week? Because we get to have dessert and cocktails. Today our dessert is all about s'mores. Come on, s'mores aren't just for kids, and you don't have to eat s'mores just around a campfire. You can have s'mores any day you want, anytime you want, in the middle of a snowstorm. So I'm going to show you three different ways, three different ways to have s'mores today. We're going to make, the usual s'mores is graham cracker with marshmallow and a piece of chocolate, but we're making ours that way, but we're adding chocolate raspberry pecan s'mores. We're also making chocolate banana walnut s'mores, and we're going to make some chocolate coconut s'mores. So let's get started, and I have a great drink for you too. So right here I have 12 graham crackers, and I chose cinnamon graham crackers because then you eliminate a whole step because the cinnamon is on it already. And to this I am going to add 1 stick of butter. This is butter that we melted, and what we're doing here is we're making it a little, the first one is going to be a little bit different. We're going to make it like a pie crust. And the way you make a graham cracker pie crust is the way you take the melted butter and you just pour it right in there. 1 stick to 12 graham crackers. And all you do is take the graham crackers and you put them in a food processor, a blender, and if you don't have either, put them in a plastic bag, get a rolling pin, and just roll it over, and you got graham cracker crumbs. So to this, I added my 1 stick of melted butter, and I'm going to take 1 capful of vanilla. And all we have to do right now is just mix this up to make sure that all the butter gets incorporated in the graham cracker. That looks good to me. Now what we're going to do is take our cooking spray, Pam or whatever one you like, and I have a pan here, and we lined it with aluminum because A, it's easy to clean up, and B, you just spray the pan and it's easy to take out. So let's just layer our aluminum with a little bit of cooking oil, and then we're going to take this, it looks like sand. Make sure you get every bit out. And all we're going to do right here is make sure that these crumbs, as if it was a pie crust dish, are just incorporated into the pan. Roll down your aluminum. And we're just going to crush this in. If it doesn't reach out the whole pan, that's fine. We're just doing it a little bit different for one of them. So we're going to put this in the oven. Just use your hands to mold it. Okay? And if you had a small baking tin, a square one, that'll be fine too. So what I'm doing right here is I'm making a square, just like this. And this is going to go in a 350 oven. I have my oven preheated already to 350. And we are going to bake this for about maybe 10 minutes. And in 10 minutes, this will get toasty and golden. And it will help it to set. And then we'll take it out. And we'll make the rest of our s'mores. So let's get over to the oven. It's been about 10 minutes on 350. And this is the graham crackers that we mixed with the 1 stick of melted butter and a little vanilla. And we made it like a cookie or a pie dough crust. While this was baking, if you look over here, this pan lined with aluminum, I sprayed. I laid out my graham crackers, and I cut my little marshmallows in half. They are the big marshmallows, and I just cut them in half. I'm going to take our knife. And we're going to just cut it down the middle, just like that. And we're going to line one side of this with the marshmallows. And we'll put this back in the oven. And then the marshmallows will toast, and when they toast, you know what happens. They get nice and gooey. So let's put these back in the oven for about 3 to 5 minutes. All right, so it's about 3 to 4 minutes. Our marshmallows and our graham crackers have been toasting. And they look perfect. Look at that. They become nice and gooey. Now all we do is just take our little spatula and push them down like that. Our chocolate. Now usually it's a Hershey's piece of chocolate, but I'm using Nutella, which is skim milk, hazelnut, and you can just spoon that right on top. So there's our chocolate, and the heat of the marshmallow will help to make this melt even more and ooze. Now let's just spread out our chocolate. Now you see how beautiful and pliable the chocolate becomes because of the heat of the marshmallow. So for 2 of these, we're going to put on bananas. And you just lay your bananas across just like this. This is a little twist. It's like dressing up s'mores. We are going to add walnuts. Right on top of the banana. Now to this, we're going to add coconut. Just plain coconut that you buy in the package in the store. 2 of these get coconut. This one will get raspberry. Chocolate and raspberry always goes good together. Raspberry sauce that I made. I take a little container of raspberries, put them in a pan, maybe about a teaspoon of sugar, a little bit of water, let them boil. And then when they boil and they come to a boil and everything breaks down, you strain it, put it in a squirt bottle. And this would go good with peanut butter too on the other side. So there's your raspberry, and to the raspberry we're going to add the pecans. Now this is the crust that we made just like a pie crust. The graham crackers and the butter, and then we baked it or blind baked it, took it out. So now I cut this in half just so it's easier for me to take it and just put it over the top like that and just press it down. The heat of the other side is going to help it melt too. These we're just going to cover with our graham crackers. These are cinnamon graham crackers. So these are our s'mores with the bananas, the walnuts, the chocolate. These are the chocolate with the coconut. Don't be afraid to use your hands and get in here. Ooh, that looks good. Now this is the one that we made like the cake crust. This has the raspberries and the pecans. S'mores doesn't only have to be for the campfire. You can make these in your kitchen in the middle of a snowstorm. All we have to do is give it a little snow. This is the walnuts. This is the pecans. This is the coconut. We can dress our plate with a little raspberry. So those are our s'mores. We have the coconut chocolate marshmallow. We have the s'mores that we made, the graham cracker crust like a pie that has the raspberries and the pecans. And these are the banana s'mores with the walnuts. We put a little up here. Let's taste this. Oh, look how good that looks. That's the raspberry. That we made like a pie crust. So good. So what do we drink with this as a cocktail? Perfect cocktail for you. we're gonna make something that has to do with milk. After all this chocolate, marshmallow, and cookie, we need some milk to wash it down. But not just plain old milk. We are going to use some coffee liqueur. Now, if you were serving this to a child, you would use milk and maybe a capful of vanilla. Mix it up, that'll be great for them. But we're adults and we like our cocktails. So we're gonna take some milk. Now I put this in the freezer, the milk, about maybe a half hour before I started making my s'mores, so it's nice and icy. And what we're gonna make here is like a Kahlua milk. It's a coffee liqueur. And I'm using Skim Plus, skim milk with the coffee liqueur. The whole little bottle, perfect. And let's just mix this up. And this will go perfect with your s'mores, whichever one you like. Very good. Perfect. So this is a champagne toast to your Friday. Happy weekend, everybody. Go in the kitchen with your kids, make some s'mores. It doesn't matter where you are or what time of the year it is. S'mores can be made in your kitchen anytime. So enjoy. Happy weekend. I'll see you on Monday for more great eats right here, cookingwithchampagne.com.